the calendar line and we're back to another Monday. It was a really, really good weekend. Beautiful weather. Wow, we're having incredible weather here in California. The plants are doing well. They do look like the clippings that I got look nice and perky and healthy, so that's going to be a win. I finished pulling all the weeds in the front yard and put down some weed barrier and the thick layer of that tan bark. We're not the shabby house on the block anymore. Been doing my best. So last week, Felicity over at Felicity Creates It All was going on an adventure. There's a little LYS prepping for the Bay Area Yarn Crawl. And this year's Yarn Crawl theme is frogs. Frogging. Absolutely adorable. And Felicity asked if I wanted to go for a drive. Heck yeah, I want to go for a drive. So we took a drive. It was about, I don't know, 30-minute drive. It's all close, but it's all pretty far, and the traffic, and it was a beautiful time in the car. We had a great time. She's so fun. She's easy to talk to. She's just easygoing, full of life, full of yarn. Felicity's amazing. She is mostly on Facebook, but I believe she's established her YouTube personality a bit here. I'll put her in the description box below if you'd like to check out my friend Felicity. So we went to, let's see, Morgan Hill, which I live, wow, I don't even live in San Francisco. I live between Sacramento, I don't know. Heather always figures out how to do that. Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, Morgan Hill. To put all of California into perspective. There it is. It was a wonderful drive. The little shop we went to was called A Pop of Color. Adorable, fun little shop. Man, I wish I lived closer. I'd go sit. I'd go hang out. Little shop owner. She's amazing. So welcoming and inviting and cheerful, and another excellent conversationalist. What did I buy? They were setting up for the yarn crawl. So everything was, getting marketed. Everything was getting displayed. Everything was getting pulled out of boxes. It was amazing. And they had already gotten quite a few frogs. So what they're doing is this little shop is collecting frogs, crafted however you want it. And she's putting them on display, and they all have little numbers, and you can go and vote for which frog you thought was the absolute cutest. There's no way I could vote. No way. Of course my loyalties lie with Felicity, but man, there's so many incredible frogs. I took a little video clip. I'll insert the video clip here. Hold on. Here it is. Isn't it incredible? We have so many marvelous crafters in our community. Absolutely fabulous. I love how everyone took a different take, a different point of view, a different little spin on how they were going to craft their frog. Oh, so cute. What a wonderful idea. So when walking around the shop, she has a display, cases of yarn. And in one of them, I don't know where I put it, I have some purple yarn with white strips in it that I bought for the assigned pulling. I wanted to make something so badly with it, but after inspecting her yarn in her display, she has kits available. There's a pattern, crochet or knit, and the yarn is already in it, and I thought, I'll take the notes on the pattern, go buy the pattern and use that pattern for the yarn that I have. I love the color of the yarn that I have. That's why I bought it. I wanted to make it. But as soon as I got home, I brought it out and I was thinking of the pattern. I looked it up. My stitch color, the yarn color, the blurb of color is not long enough for the fanciful stitch, the little lotus that they use in the pattern. The little blurb of color that's in my yarn won't work for that. So I looked up the yarn, jumped down a different rabbit hole, looked up the yarn, and it's called Firefly. And I just thought it was a pretty name for a vibrant purple with white. But in looking deeper into it, it is just meant to be just a little speck in this sheet of sky. I should have bought the kit. I need to drive back to Morgan Hill and buy the kit and just enjoy it because I want it so badly, and I've been hunting for so long for this yarn and to do this technique. I need to just go buy the kit and just do it. It's supporting the shop. It's supporting the yarn dyer. It's supporting the pattern designer, which are all three things that I would be self-putting together, running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get all this stuff together. I want to make it. I don't want the shopping hobby. Honestly, I don't enjoy shopping. I don't enjoy going to the store. I did the hunt, and I love having yarn and patterns come together. I do enjoy that, picking that I want this with this. I just want the craft. All these side hustles are taking over my crochet time. I'll go buy the kit. Next time I get a whim to drive somewhere, I'm driving to Morgan Hill to a Pop of Color, and I'm buying me an assigned pulling, and I don't know if I want knit or crochet. I don't know. I'll decide that when I get there. But they're an all-inclusive shop. What did I buy? Skin tone. And it is Katona sheep's pajamas. The lady there couldn't say it either. She laughed at me. There we go. Skin tone. My skin tone. That's pretty dang close. Skin tone is always fun. And then I found this Amigurumi by Circulo. I have seen this on in catalogs. I think Hirschner started with a Circulo. Seen it online, never seen it in person. Yep, that'll work. It's a 3DK. It's a cotton, and mercerized, and it's Amigurumi brands. So that's what it's made for. I'll have fun with that one. Oh, the pattern name. Oh my goodness. They had a trunk show set up with all these mannequins across the back of the room, and one of them had an incredible shawl. It was double crochets, working chains, and it made these little eyelet pieces that diagonally is just a long rectangle wrap, shawl, scarf, California perfect. Wrap it around your neck, toss it around your shoulder, do whatever. The yarn was fabulous, but the pattern was incredible. It had so much movement in the way that they designed it so that these strips of eyelets were just wrapping around. It was called the Dragon Eyelets. Dragon Flyer Shawl, Volume 2 by Teresa Chorzepa. And the shop owner wrote down, because they were still setting up for the trunk show, but I was like, this shawl is amazing. This wrap, it is a shawl. They put shawl in the name. super big on shawls. This was mentioned in Ellen's Soliloquy Live on Sunday, which was fabulous. If you get a chance, go watch Ellen's replay. Lots of wonderful women chatting and talking and having a great time on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, shawls are, I don't really use them much. I have this one, and it's halfway, again, it's halfway between a scarf and a shawl. I don't know what the criteria is. This is the Pineapple Shawl by Fiber Spider, and I don't know if I really wear it like a shawl. I mean, when I have a jacket on or a coat or something, I put it on, I wrap it around. Is this a shawl? I kind of wear it as just a big scarf clothing accessory piece. This is the #1 garment that I get the most use out of. I pull this out of my closet every chance I get. It's made out of some vintage cotton. I think it was that Crochet stuff. It's a very pretty, it's an off-white, but it's got like a peach aspect to it. I don't know. I use it. It's light. It's summertime. If it's halfway in the day and I'm not going to wear it anymore, pop it down in my purse. Sun went down. It's cold. I'm freezing. I'm walking through the snow barefoot. It can keep me warm. I use that a lot. And that's kind of what I intended, that I wanted to use that purple and white for. Just an all around all the time. And I think that pattern would be incredible for that purple now that I'm thinking of it. All right, in the works. It's still back there. And then they had some little stitch markers. Oh, I thought I bought 3 of them. Maybe I just bought the 2. A little piggy with wings. Cute little piggy. Where are you? They're just little plastic figurines. And a little sheep. A little sheepy sheep. I did buy 3 of them. There was a duck. My intention was to mail them to a couple of friends. It's got to be around here somewhere. I'll have to look deeper. Yeah, I had a great afternoon. Absolutely wonderful. We went and found a little breakfast spot, sat and chitter-chattered for a while. Felicity makes the cutest little amigurumi in the whole world. She loves to go to markets and do her booths and her roundabouts. My daughter's high school is having their first annual little makers market in their arts and craft class. And so part of it is organizing a craft fair makers market. A lot of these you pay for a booth spot. This one's free. And so that's like one of the perks in getting the community, like, hey, come vend at our event. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to do our best to put one together. Please come hang out with us. So kids are all on spring break right now. I'm visiting with you nice and early, because who knows what this crowd is going to get into later. Let's see. So what have I been doing? The little yarn shop on these yarn crawls. One of my most favorite things is collecting the patterns, finding patterns, getting patterns to use and move some of this beautiful yarn that I have. Papa Color had a basket, and she's like, these are all magazines that we need to part with, we need to let go. And so of course I looked through them. There are some amazing patterns in these. They're pattern books. They're pattern books designed by the different yarn brands. This is Noro. Inside these will be 4, 5, 6 patterns. I quickly breeze through them before I choose them and make sure that there's like 3 or 4 that I really, really like in there before I grab them. Louisa Harding, she is not a yarn. I don't know, more of a designer than a yarn brand. Very moody sassy, but there is some gorgeous stuff happening in there. I won't bother you with all of them, but I do make sure there's a couple patterns in each one. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just taking away from someone else that ultimately might make them, right? So these are tributes to Noro. So this is a pattern designer that is using Noro's yarn, and they have Noro's permission to make these catalogs. This one was very 90s, I thought. Like the whole go to the mall and take the pictures. I love it. I love it. I picked some of these because they had some sock patterns in them. Some very fascinating sock patterns, which I've never seen socks made with Noro. It's such a luxurious, high-priced fiber, which I have noticed in the last few years, Noro is coming down. This was a family one. Just a whole bunch of fun patterns to sit. I do have a Noro magazine collection. So those were not the Noro magazine, more like they'd use in a trunk show kind of thing to advertise. And then she had some actual Noro magazines, which I'm not sure if I have these yet, but she had multiples. So I felt like it was okay. Felt like, all right, you've got multiples. There's definitely enough for other people. They're using their fibers to show different textures and how the whole article is written about how I tend to let one take the show. Like either you've got a busy yarn, it's fabulous, the colors, the speckling, the texture, the whatever, yarn is the show. I pick a very plain stitch to use for it, so that way they're not competing for attention. Or if you have a very basic yarn, I'll let the pattern do the talking, and you know, you're using fanciful stitches or a lot of texture, and then the pattern is the star of the show. And I think with Noro, there's a really happy in between where they're combining both, and they stand side by side. You can see the beautiful yarn, appreciate the texture in the yarn, but also appreciate the texture in the stitches, which amazes me, draws me in. I want to make those. Here is a beautiful little shawl. See, I'm not sure if I would get as much use out of something larger. But again, it's the stitches. The stitch count, the yarn, combining it. These are just little seeds. Now I would wear that. I would. I definitely would. So I'm attracted to Noro. That's fun. It was definitely one of my dream yarns, and I was telling the woman at the shop that it was one of my, Noro was one of those yarns that I'd always wanted to work with. And when I went on the Sierra Nevada yarn crawl, a long time ago now, they were having a spectacular sale at a shop that doesn't exist anymore. And I bought it for 50% off. She was, take it, go. 50% off. I have a sweater's quantity. I could make anything that I wanted to out of it. I have enough. The problem is, the yarn is so precious to me. I know, use the good stuff. I agree, use the good stuff. But there is no pattern worthy of this good stuff. I'm sure there is. I just haven't come across it yet. So I'm forever seeking a pattern that I will use and wear a lot with my beautiful Noro. Someday. This is a classic Noro design. It comes up in advertisement a lot for, so this Noro that they're advertising, what one is that one? That is the World of Nature one. And it's all on like nature colors. So each one has a theme. It's hot and fiery. It's earthy grown greens. It's watery blues. And they all look like they were just watercolor painted. Beautiful. Oh, that's, yeah. I can imagine myself wearing that one. So even though it's such a luxurious yarn, they're making everyday wear. I think I would wear that with a dress, with one of my Empire waisted cotton dresses, just to add something on top. Now, I wouldn't wear a crop top with a pair of jeans, but I am finding that crop tops are really cute if you have a spaghetti strap dress with an Empire waist on it and lots of, I'd wear that. I want to wear that. So yeah, I'm seeing crop tops have wiggled their way into my wardrobe possibilities. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Noro. Hirschner sent me their spring catalog. Lots of amazing prices in here. Of course, I was on the hunt for cotton skin tones. Hirschner's is really picking up their game with the amigurumi. Have you tried my Ami, Hirschner's amigurumi cotton? They have a couple skin tones in there. I have a couple to play with now, so I won't be ordering any. But have you tried my Ami by Hirschner's? Tell me, what do you think? Should I order some skin tones and give it a chance? And then they had Baracco. Lots of beautiful patterns in here too. I really liked the way that hat fit. That looks like a comfortable hat, but I mean, it was knit. It could totally be designed in crochet. These are meant to inspire. Lots of patterns in that one. Oh, this one did have knit and crochet. Oh, I did notice that. So Noro is primarily knit. And they want to say that they are knit and crochet and be inclusive and bring everybody in. So some of the Noro magazines are starting to say, oh, knit and crochet, knit and crochet. The crochet patterns are granny square sweater, or a very basic, just single double crocheted scarf. They're trying, they're struggling. I might have to go sign up for Noro support team and see if I can. Oh, there they all are on the back. Now that one was beautiful texture. Oh, that was so pretty. And this one was a designer from Tuscany. Never seen this brand before. And it is a yarn brand and a designer, but mostly advertising the yarn that they have. Oh, I picked this one up for the socks. Okay, so they're knit socks. Look at the little windows on that one. Oh, come on. Aren't they cute? Just a vanilla shorty and a vanilla. It was their heel flap, their heel turn that fascinated me on that one. That one's a huge contender for my next socks with the aloe. Well, I decided I'm going to use the aloe, but for my cuff, heels, and toes, I want to do a contrasting color because I'm changing yarn now. While I'm knitting, I can change to another color. So, ding ding, I've leveled up one level. But yeah, I really like those ones. Sorry, that wasn't a very good show, but moving on. So, yep, I was thinking about my Silly Sisters Socktacular Saturday. They're yarny, the Silly Yarny Sisters. While I was out and about. Aloe green, and then pinks always go with greens, right? It's that strawberry watermelon summer vibe. And then I was thinking the spaces in that one. So I need a pink sock yarn which I think I have some in the cedar chest behind you. Pink sock yarn. And I want it to be like hot pink. I do. I want to go all out with the brights because I think that aloe yarn can hold it, hold up to, because it blends from a spring green to like a neon poppy green. Yep. I'm getting ahead of myself. I still got the second sock to work on, which I worked on that while I was in the car with Felicity. And then this weekend we went to the Reptile Expo for my son's birthday, and he picked out a ball python. There will be no pictures. No pictures. Just imagine a 12-year-old boy with a chain. Sweetest snake I've ever met. And I'm not a snake person, but I am a supporter and #1 fan of my son. So he has a bedroom with a door, and the snake has a beautiful habitat that my husband and my son designed together. I do like going to the reptile shows because I like looking at all the bioactive environments that people are making and creating so that these animals can live as close to nature and as comfortable as to their natural environment as possible, which is all about the education of animals, right? You really have to dive deep and figure out, what are you going to feed them? How are you going to keep them enriched? How are you going to provide them the best life possible? So I'm a supporter of that. Why did I say that? Oh, we were in the car. We were in the car for a really long time, and I was knitting on the socks. So my second sock is to the foot, has grown where it needs to grow. And now I broke off with my 2 stitch markers on each side of the foot, and I'm going to start my decreases. I wrote down, which was extremely helpful, on my last foot, because in the tutorial, she has you put every other round is just knit all the way. And then the next one's a decrease. You're decreasing on each side, and it's narrowing down your toes. My toes are not long finger toes. So I have more like flatter toes. The end of my foot is like straight, not, you know, like loop. So I need faster decrease than the tutorial, which is incredible because it's totally adjustable. So for my first 3 rounds, I do the decrease, 1 knit all the way around, decrease, 1 knit all the way around, and decrease. I do that 3 times. And then it's just straight decreasing, like Mad Woman. Every time I come around to a stitch marker, I'm decreasing, decreasing, decreasing until I have 16, 32. No. 16 and 16, 30, 15 and 15 is 30, 31, 32, 32. Yeah, I mathed. 16 to divide, 16 on the front, 16 on the back. So my Kitchener stitch will work perfectly fine, which I'm a huge fan of that strong Kitchener stitch. So you are hand sewing and knitting the stitches off your needle. So you want them the same on the front and the back. You want the same number. And then you're sewing one, taking it off, and then knitting it, but leaving it on. Then you're going to the back row. You're knitting it on and then sewing it. And you're alternating back and forth all the way through. And you've got this nice, strong toe stitch at the end of your sock. It works. Highly recommended from a baby newbie knitter. I'm sure there's probably a million other ways, but I like that one. What else have I been doing? This is a Monday. I need to inspire you. I need to inspire you to keep working on patterns that really feel like you should just forget about them and discard them and toss them away. So where am I on the doily? This is the State Flower Mountain Laurel doily, State Flower of Pennsylvania and Connecticut. I bet there was a little bit of argument. No, it's our flower. No, we love it. What magazine is this? I've had it folded for so long, I don't even see where the front page is. Oh, this is the one that did not have a front page. Yeah, this is the one that got its front page ripped off a long time ago, way before me. I would never rip apart a magazine like that. Right, so this one, there was no year on it. I decided to take on this intermediate doily pattern. This part, super easy, no problem. This part, a breeze, I enjoyed every moment. This is where I struggle. I struggle with the single crochets and the chains, because when you're moving from this intricate row down into this space of nothing, there are 3 rows of chains that I was constantly off. I have ripped this out twice, all the way back to where I know that I am solid with my stitches. So I rip it back to where there's 4 between those decorative stitches. And then there are 3 rounds before this outer petal starts. So I just started the outer petal. I'm right in here, picked it up there, and my stitch count is correct. In this moment, my stitch count is correct. I have 8 chain 6 spaces between my chain 1 double crochet, chain 3 double crochet, chain 1. Now how am I going to show this so that, oh, I'll use Rainy's bag as a blank slate. There's Rainy's bag. The Woolly Llama shop. When I bought my Hooked on Wishing crochet sweater, she sent me this bag. Sorry, my fingers have been out in the yard and my cuticles are so dry and painful. So I've been putting lotion on them and medicine on them, and backyard looks great. Fingers not so much. How's that? I'm working on, oh, that's the back side. I'm sure I'm the only one that can tell. There is no turning your work when you work a doily. You're just working rounds and rounds. So I'm all the way up. There's the decorative stitch, and I have 8 loops between each one. This is one of those crazy joins where you chain. So I'm up to chaining 6 in the little shells that I'm doing, the little chain spaces. So you chain 3 and then you double crochet into where you're joining, and then that brings you to a point where you then single crochet back into it. And then when you chain over to the next one, you need to mark it so that you know that that's the end of your round and you're not losing count. So I have 8, even going all the way around, 8 between each. I'm doing great. I still have it on my paper towel holder that I got from, I don't know, TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, one of those stores for super cheap. I have my little leaflet of felt so that my yarn can spin freely as I'm working on it. I have all of this sitting next to me in the living room for my evening hooking. So I'm working on that. I had a leisure week with the Wooblin' Wednesday. I finished up the multi piece. I'm very excited to show that to you. And I'm even more excited to play with the yarn chicken because it's been like 2 weeks already. And I want to work on those new woobles that came in the mail. I don't know if I have the patience. I started this journey of yarn chicken, so I really need to hope that the yarn chicken lets me work on one of those new kits that I got. And then so that's Wednesday, and today's Monday. And then Thursday, the ducks picked a fun one. And then this Friday is the beginning of spring. It's the first day of spring. And so there is a new Kaale going on, hosted by Rainy, the Woolly Llama. And every other Friday for the next 3 months, all of spring, I have little makes that I've made, free patterns to share with you that I've searched the internet for. And I will be giving away the little thing that I made in each video. So I'll show it to you one video. You go ahead and enter in the comments. And then in the next video, I'll put your name in the gumball machine and we'll pull a winner. on the appropriate videos, which is not even this one, so don't do it. So every other Friday we'll be doing that, and then I'll get it in the mail. There'll be rules and all that jazz going on in that one. So yeah, I've had a really good week last week. I'm ready to have another really good week. So I will see you soon. What have you been crocheting on? Are you knitting? Can you help me? I need tips and advice. I've knit socks. I've knit one sweater, one cowl neck sweater, and it's brown. Didn't change any colors, so I'm excited with the socks. Really broadening my toolbox on that one. All right, but I'll let you go because I got coffee to drink. And actually, I think I will go knit on some socks. I got a late start day today, so I get all morning and I didn't have to take any kids to school. So lounging it will be. I'll see you soon, friends. Take care. Bye.